Hello, I'm Emily Dunn, and I'm your student's linguistics teacher for the 2022 fall semester. It is a semester-long course. So in this presentation, I'm just going to quickly talk through some essentials of linguistics. So first, just a little information about me. I received my bachelor's in English literature from DePauw University, and then I received my master's in literary studies from Purdue. I've been teaching for about 12 years, and I'm just really passionate about making learning accessible, fun, approachable for all students within the classroom. In linguistics, we progress from the smallest pieces of language to the biggest towards the end of the school year. So linguistics is the scientific study of language and the use of language, signs, symbols, etc. So at the beginning of the school year, we're starting with the smallest pieces of language, which are the speech sounds. We're slowly building out towards pragmatics, which is the meaning of language in context within specific situations. So building from phonetics to phonology to morphology, which is words, syntax, which is phrases, semantics, the literal use of language, and pragmatics, which is the meaning of language in context. So our core text for the year is the 5-Minute Linguist, and these are just really short chapters that talk about various elements of language. For example, there is a chapter about ASL, or American Sign Language. There's a chapter about gender differences in language usage, just really interesting concepts within the world of linguistics. As far as the grade breakdown, formative work, which are smaller assignments that are focused on isolated skills building towards a larger summative assessment, is worth 20%. So formative work, smaller skill-based work is 20%, and that is part of the process that builds towards our bigger summative assessments. And the the summative assessments listed there are also linked within the course syllabus, and that's on your student's Canvas page. So you can access the syllabus and you can see what all of these summative assessments entail. And so the first is the fieldwork identity analysis, worth 25%, the syntactic character analysis, which is worth 25%, and at the end of the semester, their media propagation Socratic presentation, which is worth 30% of the semester grade. In class, some expectations. Make sure your students communicating with me all the time, participating, asking questions, advocating for their needs, scheduling meetings during SRT if needed. They need a little one-on-one breakdown of various elements that we've studied, like phonetics, IPA, transcription, morphology, anything like that. They can schedule a meeting with me, and I'm happy to go over anything that's throwing them off. And I'll be happy to clarify. They can use me as a resource. With cell phones, I expect students to have to have their cell phones put away. They have their laptop, they have their device, so they don't need to have their cell phone out. And I did talk with students about academic honesty, being careful to avoid plagiarism, making sure they're quoting and citing everything. That's really, really critical. And so they know that their analysis, their words matter more than anybody else's words. And so if they are using information from outside sources, they know that the expectation is that they cite it for academic integrity purposes. Okay, and on my Canvas page, if you go into Canvas, if you click on that blue folder, it'll say S1, Semester 1 Linguistics, done, and then the period. So you just click on that, and it will take you to their Canvas page. And so every day I have the day within the semester. So day 1 was Thursday, August 11th. That was the first day I saw them. And every day I also have daily slides and any additional resources listed there. And then at the very bottom of their Canvas page, I have resources listed, including their syllabus, that I think they'll access frequently. So they just scroll to the bottom, they can see anything they need that they might want to refer back to later. As far as my grading policy and late work, we follow a skills-based grade breakdown. So if a student is working on a skill and they do really, really great, they exceed the standard, that's 95%. If they're meeting the standard but could use a few little tweaks, that's 85%. If they're sort of approaching the standard but not quite there yet, that's 75%. And if they don't meet the standard, they turn something in but they're just not meeting that expectation, that's 65%. And then if nothing's turned in, that will be a 0. However, the zeros are temporary. If a student turns in missing work, the new grade will replace the previous grade. And so it's all about that growth mindset. And again, it's really important that students communicate with me if they're getting behind or if they're confused. So they'll want to let me know early and often if something's going on or how I can best assist them or help them work through something or come up with a study plan if needed. And if there is a 0 in the grade book, it's temporary, not permanent. It's just used as a communication tool so you and your student knows exactly where they stand grade-wise. So it's just a transparency piece, just so they know what they have to do to improve that grade. If you need to reach me, my email is edunn@ccs.k12.in.us. My extension is 7283. And if you have any questions or concerns, anything that you need to have clarified in the meantime, just let me know. And I'm just looking really, really forward to a great semester in linguistics. Thank you.